We have a couple of ongoing series at the moment, from looking at managers' last 7 signings at a club, to looking at 7 substitutes in a particularly memorable match, and then seeing where those players are now. Today, we might have a new series on our hands, so let us know what you think of the idea in the comments, as well as any future managers and clubs you'd like to see us look at. The players featured here are the last 7 to be given their first team debuts under Pep Guardiola in either La Liga, the Champions League, or the Copa del Rey. We're not counting players like Alexis Sanchez or Cesc Fabregas, who were signed by Pep and given a debut, just youth players and products of La Masia, typically promoted from Barca B. Here are Pep Guardiola's last 7 debutants at Barcelona. Where are they now? Cristian Tello, Real Betis. The last man to be handed a debut by Pep Guardiola was Cristian Tello in November 2011. A really pacey left winger who's good on the ball, Tello went on to score 20 goals from 86 appearances in Barcelona's first team. He only officially left the club in 2017, but he had been out on loan for the 3 seasons before that. Capped once by Spain back in 2013, Tello is now a regular at Real Betis. Gerard Deulofeu, Watford. Handed his La Liga debut in a 5-0 win against Mallorca as a 17-year-old back in October 2011, Gerard Deulofeu had been with Barcelona since the age of 9. A regular for Barca's B team prior to that, the quick, tricky and slight wide man only added 5 more appearances before going out on loan to Everton and Sevilla. He ended up joining Everton on a permanent before Barca activated his buyout clause and brought him back to the Camp Nou in the summer of 2017. He made 17 appearances for the club in the first half of last season before going out on loan to Watford, whom he signed for on a permanent for €13 million in the summer. Isaac CUENCA, free agent. Possibly the least well-known player in this 7, it would be fair to say, Isaac CUENCA did actually make 30 appearances for Barcelona in the 2011-12 campaign. A gifted and tricky right winger, CUENCA left Barca for Deportivo La Coruña in 2014, and he has since played in Turkey and Israel. He was supposed to return to his boyhood club Royce in the Segunda Division in the summer, but Spain's LFP prevented the deal from happening, meaning CUENCA is currently a free agent. Martí Riverola, UD Ibiza. The other lesser-known entrant in this 7, Martí Riverola's debut under Pep Guardiola was both his first and last appearance in the Barcelona first team. The former Vitesse loanee joined Bologna in 2012, but after stints in Italy and Austria, the 27-year-old Catalan midfielder joined Spanish third-tier outfit UD Ibiza in the summer. Rafinha, Barcelona. The only one of Pep's last 7 Barca youth debutants still at the Camp Nou, twice-capped Brazilian international Rafinha joined the La Masia academy at the age of 13. A versatile footballer with good close control and an eye for a pass, Rafinha plays predominantly as a central or attacking midfielder now, but he was more of a forward when he broke into the first team fold in 2011. He went on loan to Inter Milan last season, but has registered 7 appearances for Barca so far this term. Martin Montoya, Brighton. A decent, well-rounded right-back who proved a useful backup option for 5 seasons in the Barcelona first team, Martin Montoya made 67 appearances during that time for the club that he joined as a 9-year-old. In truth though, he never seemed quite at the level of being a first-team regular, nor would he have been an adequate replacement for Dani Alves. Montoya signed for Valencia on a free transfer in 2016 before making a €7 million move to Brighton and Hove Albion in the summer just gone. Oriol Romeu, Southampton. Another former La Masia graduate now based on the south coast of England and playing his club football in the Premier League, Oriol Romeu joined Barcelona's youth ranks at the age of 12. A really strong, industrious, dogged and determined defensive midfielder, Romeu perhaps didn't have the adequate passing and technical abilities to become a future Barca regular. He left the club in a €5 million move to Chelsea in 2011, where he made 33 appearances in 2 seasons. Romeu has been with relegation-threatened Southampton since 2015, where he was the Fans Player of the Year for the 2016-17 season. So that's it for our 7. Thanks for watching, feel free to subscribe and turn on notifications for more from us if you enjoyed the video, and you can now also follow us on Twitter for more ramblings from me. Our username is simply @HITC Sevens.